I made the decision several weeks ago that it was finally time to sell Deuce. It took me a long time to come to this realization, but I just felt like after these last couple shows, he wasn't really wanting to do what I want to do. And it's nothing against him, it's just, I'd like to go past novice, and I feel like that's kind of where he wants to stay for a while. And so I just made the decision that maybe he'd be better suited for someone that just wanted to do lower level eventing. After my last show didn't go so hot, I just decided to turn Deuce out for a while, just let him have a break and see what I got as far as inquiries into his sale once he was, done competing. Several weeks had gone by and I was actually getting pretty nervous about the sale of Deuce. He is an 11-year-old and that's kind of, old for an event horse that's only gone novice. So I added him on a couple other sites or, Facebook groups and whatever.
I just kept trying to remind Stephanie, selling horses can be a bit stressful. You oftentimes have horses that aren't selling and it takes a long time, but sometimes you just got to be patient.
So in the meantime, I kind of just focused all my energy on Mozart and getting him started and getting a good foundation on him. I actually got a lady who came out and rode him and jumped him and loved him. So she came through, I guess about 2 weeks ago now, and bought him and sent me a text the other day and absolutely loves him. So I'm really pleased and it's given me a great peace of mind.
The right person came along, they seemed to get along really well and the sale was easy. So I'm happy for Steph, I'm excited for her.
It's actually pretty bittersweet having him gone. It was always just this idea that he was for sale and that one day he would be gone, but now that he's not actually here, I don't know, it's kind of sad. He was my first horse and he was the first horse that I really ever learned to ride on and bring up through the levels. And now that he's gone, it's just kind of like, what? But I am really happy, the lady absolutely adores him and they get along really well. And she texts me and sends me pictures and stuff, so I know what he's doing and whatever. And they're just near Fairhill in Maryland, so it's not far at all. If I wanted to go see him. But like with first of everything, you just kind of have to let them go when their time is right. And I felt that, our time had come where we had grown apart and now he's making someone else happy. So I really can't ask for anything more than that.
I think Stephanie selling Deuce has been a really good thing for her. The horse definitely taught her a lot. These tricky horses that aren't kind of necessarily the easiest horses to get along with, they often teach us the most, but I think she's made the right move and Mozart's probably going to help get her where she wants to go. Stephanie's been with us for a while now and has picked up a lot, and I think that now with Mozart she's got a better sort of blank canvas to put what she's learned into practice, and she'll probably improve a lot more quickly than she expects. There's some fencing to do here at Schramm Equestrian today, and I've been meaning to get a circular saw for a while, so I don't use it a lot, so I went and got a cheap one. And of course, you get what you pay for. It's kind of like a cheap Chinese-made thing, and it's not really that easy to understand. There's definitely no user error. It's completely the product, for sure.
I don't quite get why men get so intense when putting tools and stuff like that together. But I guess the good thing about Dom is he isn't like a typical man, and at least he reads the directions.
So I finally get working, get the fence board trimmed so that it will fit. And now it's off to actually repair the different parts of the fence that the horses have been breaking. between them leaning on the fences, scratching themselves on it, the couple cribbers that we have, they're pretty hard on them, and these fences are probably 6 or 7 years old now, so it doesn't take much for them to break a couple fence boards. I mean, anyone that runs a farm of any kind understands that actually you spend a good deal of your time looking after the place. People must think that we kind of get up in the morning and just ride horses all day and then go to bed, but we spend a good deal of our time cutting grass and fixing fences and, you know, repairing the things that happen today, and it just comes along with running a farm and keeping everything going smoothly.
When you live on a farm, I don't think people who don't live on a farm understand about fencing. Fencing is something that's obviously very important. It's what keeps the horses in their fields. And for some reason, it is like the one thing that they always inevitably try and break. So it's a little bit of a pain, but you know, I don't really mind fixing fence boards. Dom seems to just be so cranky about it, but I don't know. But then again, you know, my role in fence board fixing is pretty minute. I mean, I pretty much just hold the board up there.
We got the fence boards up, it's all repaired. Hopefully they'll hold for now until the very next horse comes along, I bet.
I'm sure that the horses will just go and break another one somewhere else, but hopefully it's not today or tomorrow.
Part of becoming a professional horse person and starting a business, I think everyone has to sort of find their balance, because with riding horses, you are drawing upon lots of different ways of making money. For example, some people sell a lot of horses, some people teach a lot of private lessons, some people do boarding, some people take horses in for training. And I think everyone kind of has their strengths, and they balance kind of the amount of time they spend doing these different things to suit them. And it just so happens for Jimmy and I, you know, we don't really sell a lot of horses, we don't teach an awful lot of private lessons, but clinics are a big thing that, that we do, especially me. So the reason we do that is because there's two of us. So even though I'm away in some, you know, random state this weekend, Jimmy can be at home riding those couple horses and kind of taking care of things. So that's one benefit of doing clinics when we have two. Also too, you know, it's one of those things where it's kind of a pain to be gone for 3 days in a row, and it's a bit of a slog, you know. It's not like I'm just going on holiday, you know. It's big days and a lot of concentration, and you know, you stand out in the sun all day and trying to be the same person at 7 o'clock in the morning as you are at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, especially after week in, week out. It can be tiring, but it's a pretty decent check to go towards our expenses, and it's a great way of networking. So that's why I teach a lot of clinics, more so than some other riders do.
So Dom and I are literally together 24/7. Every day, all day. I mean, occasionally if I go and teach, or I guess we're not always together when we ride, but pretty much. So I think I actually kind of look forward to these clinics sometimes, because it gives us some time away from each other. And normally Dom's somewhere where I literally cannot get a hold of him. You know, it's no service, or he's teaching all day and then he has to go to dinner, and sometimes I won't even talk to him for a whole day. And you know, the first day it seems to be really refreshing and I like it, and then of course by the end of it I'm ready for him to come home. But I think it's actually a good thing for us. When do you leave for this Montreal clinic?
On Friday. This weekend I'm actually heading to Canada for a clinic for over 3 days, which is exciting for me. It's good to be getting international experience, and next year I've even had some offers about going even further abroad, perhaps to Europe and even South Africa. So I'm excited about it. It's kind of a double-edged sword. It's great to travel and meet new people and get this experience, but at the same time, it's also time away from the farm, time away from my own horses, and you know, I sometimes sacrifice small shows in order to go to these. So It's not for everyone, it's working for us. I think as we go along, I may do less and less of them. But for now, it's what's working for us.
Do you have everything you need as far as immigration stuff? Like, what is it going to be a problem or what? Getting back in?
It shouldn't be a problem because I have my letter from them saying I have a 1-year extension.
Right.
So I'm hoping like when we came back from Bromont, if I just give them my expired green card and the piece of paper. I mean, I'm hoping it's supposed to be coming in the mail any day now. The only bad thing about going international for clinics is it brings me back to my current immigration situation. So obviously I'm Australian and have immigrated or become a permanent resident of the United States, or I'm attempting to. And I think people think just because you get married to a US citizen that it's just like cakewalk, like you get married and bang, you're in, and it's definitely not like that.
This whole thing has been such a nightmare. You know, it's funny that people think that you get married and automatically get a green card, and if that's what you think, it is a whole another process.
It's, you have to jump through all the same hoops. If anything, you're almost under more scrutiny than if you were to just, come in illegally, because there's so much, fraud, I guess, marriage fraud to circumvent immigration laws. So they investigate you pretty hard. Even though you are legitimately married, you kind of get put under the microscope just like anyone else. So I'm at the stage right now, we've been going through this for almost 4 years, and I am applying for my 10-year green card. So they give you a green card, you sort of do it all in the beginning, you get a conditional green card, which is for 2 years. So if you were to do something wrong or become a drug lord or something in that time, they could take it away. Once 2 years is up, you then have to reapply and reprove basically that your marriage is legitimate.
They want more proof of a bona fide marriage is what they say on these forms that we keep getting. And we try and send them more and more and more stuff, but I mean, what else are we supposed to do? One of the things on the list was have a child. Really? How am I supposed to have a child in 6 months, which is when the forms due? It's not possible.
I was going to say about the immigration,
Oh.
if the thing comes in the mail over the weekend when I'm not here, just take a note of the receipt number and send it to me in case so I can have it up my sleeve which I don't know if they'll believe me if they don't see the piece of paper, but it'd be good to have something.
Well, I can fax them a copy, can't I? Can you do that? Take a picture of it?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'll just take all my stuff with me, and hopefully you just got to be prepared. That's the best thing. Even if they hold you up for a few hours, at least you don't look like you've turned up and got no idea.
Right. Okay. It'll be fine.
So I've kind of battling a bit of a dodgy neck and have done for a couple of years. It sort of came on. I had a fall and it didn't even seem that bad. I got up and walked away from it, but I don't know if I wrenched something. I actually thought it was in my head for a while, but then slowly realized that the pain radiated from my neck.
It's so frustrating, and I know it's frustrating for him having to do everything around the barn as well as deal with this ongoing pain in the back of his head and neck and know that it's always there. Well, are you gonna make an appointment with Pat?
Yeah, I am. The problem is that yes, he helped me, but he really hurt me for the first day. It was really sore.
Yeah, but then it feels better and going in the right direction at least.
Actually, almost got better from the lady who did the acupuncture and stuff.
When did you have that done?
Before we went down south last year. The acupuncture and massage.
The massage.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
I'll give it to you. You can go have a massage with it. Trust me, it's no good. I just gotta, if it starts flaring up real bad, I just gotta not keep going, because that's when it really gets bad. If I just try and ignore it, it'll knock me on my ass. The clinics sometimes give me a little bit of respite, and that I'm not riding 6 or 7 horses and it gives me a chance to sort of rest it up a little bit, and that seems to have been working pretty good.
I can tell how much this one small, maybe it's not small, but this one injury inhibits his behavior and the way he feels. It's so obvious, and I think for his sanity, we really need to figure it out and get to the bottom of it. But I just hope he can be happy and healthy here pretty soon.
Come here, Veg. That's not what I'm worried about anyway. I'm worried about this poor Veg. Get up here. Get up here, Veg. Get up here right now, quick.
So upset.
Get up here. What's the matter? Get up here. Have you seen this thing on his nose? It's a really fast-growing little wart-looking thing. And I kind of have been a bit concerned about it. Originally, I thought it was a tick bite, but it just so seems that it's turned into more of a growth.
That little thing's so gross, actually. It kind of makes him look like a little witch's wart sort of thing growing.
The vet says we just got to keep an eye on it.
I think he's self-conscious.
He is self-conscious about it.
You think you can see it down the end of his nose?
I definitely think he can see it. And I think his confidence has taken a real hit. I kind of don't want it to bother him or get to the point where it's affecting him. And I want him to make sure he feels good about himself because he's a real pretty dog, and I don't want him to have any, self-confidence issues or anything like that. She said that it was going to cost about $600 to get it cut off.
What?
So that's why we're giving it a little bit of a chance to see if
$600?
Well, it's only the biopsy, and the biopsy is $120 to see whether or not it's cancerous. So, but they have to do general anesthetic. Oh, poor Veggie, I'm so sorry this happened to you. What are we gonna do about your pretty little face? What are we gonna do about it? My goodness, it's so ugly. So ugly. Alright, I'm sorry. I'll let you go.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
What's that all about?
So funny. Remember those kittens I sent you the picture of?
Yeah.
Well, I left them my phone number at the pet store, and I told the girls I lived on a farm, and the lady just called and she said the cats want nothing to do with being outside because they've been rescued from outside and they're scared of being outside and they want nothing to do with being outside.
Well,
what kind of wild animal doesn't want to be outside?
She's probably just scared of people getting cats and just letting them live off the land,
Yeah, I told her all three of them would be living inside.
Well,
you can tell she didn't believe me.
She
didn't believe me.
They'd be living inside, but they also could go outside during the day. They're not living inside 100% of the time.
No, I'm not doing a litter box. Sick.
Well, how many are you trying to get?
There's 3 of them. I can't separate them.
Cats. Well, I mean, first off, I actually am a cat person. I like cats. I like dogs and cats, but not 3 cats. And the reason I kind of was interested in getting a cat was because of the little creepy crawlies that have been going around our barn at night, digging holes, and I don't know if they're gophers or squirrels or whatever, and I thought maybe having a cat around would be a good deterrent, and that's why I said to Jimmy, she could look at getting a cat. We're not getting all 3.
2 boys and 1 girl. But you can't just get 2 and leave 1, and you can't just get 1 because it is going to be all alone.
No, I'm happy to get 2, not 3. 3
but
cats.
Then the 1 is there all by itself. You don't want to separate them. It's like cruel. It'd be like separating you and your sister. I can't even imagine it. Ugh. But either way, so I think I'm gonna try and talk him into the 3. I know he doesn't really want 3 and he thinks, well, I'll become some like crazy cat lady. But Lord knows he's gonna be one of those crazy long-haired whippet guys. He's gonna end up with like 6 long-haired whippets. So what's wrong with me getting 3 cats?
So I think my biggest fear is that 2 cats is gonna become 17 cats. And the next thing we know, it's like a feral jungle around here and just cats running wild.
What are we gonna do when we go south?
They stay here.
In the winter? Well, who's gonna look after them?
We're gonna have someone living at the house.
Jimmy, just think before we adopt 3 cats.
I haven't adopted them yet.
Can't even pay the bloody rent and we're trying to adopt 3 cats. It's crazy.
You're the one that told me I could.
I said we could get 1, possibly 2, not 3.
You're gonna break those little kittens' hearts. I don't really see what the big deal is. 4, 5, 6 cats, 4, 5, 6 dogs. Why not all under the same roof? That's what a vacuum cleaner is for, right? I think they actually have those ones that do it on their own, right? I think they're called a Roomba. Maybe we should just invest in one of those. And then we could have everyone.
An opportunity has arisen in that there's a trailer that would be perfect for our needs. We currently have a 3-horse trailer, and that makes it tough with the amount of horses that we have going to shows and stuff. We really have needed a bigger trailer for quite some time. And so there's a trailer has come about that's going to be perfect for us. It takes 6 horses and is going to be the right size and the right design, and the price is right. So we've decided to put our current trailer on the market to help pay for this newer one. So I'm trying to get the ad and stuff up online to see if we can get some bites. I have to work pretty quickly here because the trailer that we're looking to get, it's not going to last very long. So I'm trying to get these pictures up and online as quick as possible so that we can get our current trailer sold so we have the money to buy this new one. So this is the new trailer that we're hoping to get. It's 6 horses as opposed to 3 because we're just getting to, well, we have for quite a while, we've needed a bigger trailer. And it's pretty new, but it just so happens through a friend of a friend, you know, it kind of got filtered down through us, and it's not going to be anywhere near as expensive as what it probably should be. So it's perfect for what we need. I'm looking at it just thinking it's going to be awesome. We bought a bigger truck so we can pull this bigger trailer, take 6 or 7 horses. It's got 2 doors on the tack room, so it doesn't matter where you park, you can get good access to the tack room. Obviously tons of, I mean, I'm thinking like getting the whole thing like wrapped with vinyls. I think this new trailer, if we can get a hold of it, I think it's going to be freaking awesome because it's perfect for what we need. And I also think it's a good opportunity to, as far as with, you know, getting it spruced up with our logo and representing the sponsors and stuff, I think it'll end up looking really cool. This is going to be another big kind of move for us, but we got to eventually get a big enough trailer to take all these damn horses everywhere. So, and it's just fingers crossed that we can make it work. So I'm going to keep checking the mailbox if immigration has written me back, and hopefully I can get let back in the country from my clinic in Canada this weekend. We can get our new trailer figured out, get our old trailer sold, and hopefully get a new trailer, and we'll be rocking and rolling, ready to go.